Good afternoon and welcome inside of the Walmart Auto Park here in West Covina, California, where we'll see Elma, Washington taking on against Santa Cruz, California in the 2024 14U Pony West Zone Tournament. Welcome you all inside here. Alex Naveca alongside of me is Mike McGeary. It's a pleasure to be a part of your afternoon as Elma, Washington, they are the home team here in this matchup, and Santa Cruz, California, they are the road team. As we get to meet the starting lineups here as Hunter Denworth will lead things off. Anthony Skinner will hit second. Nathan Dodro will hit third. Hitting cleanup is Elliott Smith. Batting fifth is Matt Casper. Batting sixth is Ewan Turvey. Batting seventh is AVR Bray Zureke. Batting eighth is Mike Lyons, and batting ninth is Liam Fields Ropley. Starting defense here for the visiting Elma, Washington. Playing in left field is Hunter Young. In center is Trayson Sample. In right field is James Moderson. Over at third is Jace Gustafson. Over in short is Cruz Vargas. At second is Jordan Lyle. Over at first is Troy Roop. Behind the dish is Jackson Busey, and on the mound is Bryson Crawford. And first pitch coming in
for a strike.
For a called strike, and coming in at 1:15, just right on cue. Already ahead of the count here with two strikes here to Hunter Denworth. As Elma, Washington rocking the blues with the white pinstripe. Usually the other way around, we'll see white unis with blue pinstripe with the gray pants. And Santa Cruz rocking the navy blues. Santa Cruz written across the chest and the gray pants as well. As the 1-2 pitch, it's a low miss to Denworth and counts quickly 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weather here from West Covina, California. Cloudy conditions atop of here, but certainly beats some of the warmer conditions we endured this morning. Foul tipped into the glove of Jackson Busey, and another one bites the dust.
Excellent start for this pitcher. Bryson Crawford. Just off of that first batter, his fastball is giving it some heat.
Coming off with some velocity here, some Gessel, some cheddar. With one away here is Anthony Skinner. Starts him off ball 1 as opposed to a called strike that Hunter Denworth was called for. And there's a ground ball, loud contact up the middle, and that's the first base runner aboard.
Excellent hit there by Anthony Skinner. Just drives it straight down the middle.
So 1 out, base runner here for Santa Cruz. It's Nathan Dodrill. 89 degrees, cloudy conditions here in the city of West Covina. Dodrill a little late on that pitch, 1 strike. But certainly feels pretty good to play some baseball. I mean, the sun, of course, we like sunny days, but with no summer, SoCal summer, got him! Picked off over there at first. Anthony Skinner falling asleep. It's a little late to be falling asleep here.
Excellent play by Bryson Crawford picking off the runner. He's showing us something right now.
We saw a lefty starter in the previous matchup between Rockland and Sierra Madre. The starter for Rockland was a southpaw, and he had full view of the runner at first, but now it's a pair of righties, and it's a little easier to steal on righties because they're giving you their back, but with a play like that, no problems. It's a 2-strike pitch, tries to get him outside. 1-2 will be the counts. And I mean, you got to say, for Elma, Washington, feeling pretty good right now. I mean, being able to get the K for the first batter, and then you get a pickoff, and there he goes around, and another one will bite the dust. So it's a 3 batters up, 3 batters down inning. Well, the starting defense for Santa Cruz looks like this. In left field is Elliott Smith, Hunter Denworth in straightaway center. Aviar Brazereke will be in right. We'll give you the starting infield in just a moment after that first pitch to Lyle, ball one. Ewan Turvey at third, Anthony Skinner at short, Nathan Dodrill at second, Matt Casper at first. Behind the dish is Mike Lyons, and on the mound is the lengthy righty Liam Field Rapley. I know during the break, Mike was saying, hey, here's a baseball name, Fields.
Fields.
I mean, gotta love it.
He was meant to play baseball.
2-0 pitch, and it's a called strike. He would get that outer half of the plate. Well, coaching staff here for Santa Cruz, third base coach, or for Elma Washington, who's third base coach and doing the head coaching job here for Elma Washington. Mike Lyle over and alternating over at first and sometimes staying in the bench. Brian Crawford and Zach Roop. Able to get the count full here to Jordan Lyle. Lyle rocking a bit of that blonde hairdo. He's going to belt this one the other way, but he's a little late on it, foul. I mean, why not? If it works for you, blonde hairdo, you know, baseball players, we're all superstitious.
Yep.
Payoff, and that does get a piece of Lyle. He has no problems with it.
Take it off, Liam. You got it, buddy.
I mean, how about that? You get hit by a pitch, and he's able to trot to first, no problems. So with nobody gone, it's Cruz Vargas who is going to be at the plate. Middle infield playing in double play depth. And that was Lyle able to dive back over to first. No problems. As far as the coaching staff for Santa Cruz, the manager is Brad Smith. And we have Miguel Duran and Eugene Dodrill. Well, Bryson Crawford, 3-pitch mix of a fastball, curveball, changeup. And first pitch to Vargas, ball one. Then very quick with the very next pitch as Vargas is going to get underneath this one. Shallow left field. Who's going to make the play? And very nice communication for Anthony Skinner to make the grab.
Great catch there by Anthony Skinner.
And I think that was perfectly executed in the previous game that we broadcasted. It was just one of those things, hey, those shallow pop-ups into the outfield could be a little scary to come by and be able to execute those perfectly, but there was no problems for Anthony Skinner calling off his third baseman and his left fielder in Turvey and Smith. And Roop did go around that time. Count 1-1. Lefty-righty matchup with Troy Roop. He's going to go after that one, and the count is 1-2. Crawford looking for his first strikeout victim. Bit of a wild miss, but I mean, that's a good thing. When being ahead 1-2, you have some pitches that you can maybe use that are off the plate, something that you know the batter can't touch.
Painting the corners of the strike zone.
Even then, when it comes to that situation, try to paint a corner. That time just a little high. Full count. We've seen 2 full counts. That's a swing and a miss. Toss down to the bag. A little bit of that hesitation by Mike Lyons, but nonetheless, Roop goes down the strikes and another one bites the dust.
As the pitcher, like if you could paint all corners of that strike zone, you paint it just a plain box, you're considered Picasso. Now, I know it's not creative, but it's talented.
And that's when you become a major leaguer.
Yep.
I mean, even then, there's major leaguers that can't seem to do that, but that's hitting the pitches right where the catcher is placing his glove. If he's putting the glove on the outer half of the plate, and if you can hit that spot, you're doing your job. You're doing your job correctly. 2 very quick strikes here to Jackson Busey.
So basically, the pitcher is the painter and the catcher is the salesman.
There it is.
There you go.
Trying to sell the paintings, right?
Yep.
2-strike pitch. And Lions unable to hang on to it. And again, just that typical reaction of you look at the glove and you say, hey, why didn't you catch that? That's
Yeah.
your fault, not mine.
And the ump, that's your consumer at the art gallery.
He looks. It's a nice painting. I'll call that a strike.
Yeah.
That's not so much. That's a little bit, requires a little color.
Got to browse your options.
Definitely, there's a lot of options that you can choose. Here's the 1-2. Just trying to, you see that Liam Fields Ropley, he's just trying to be that perfect pitcher of just hitting corners, trying to get the batters to chase, but they're not pitches that are really pitches you would chase, and that's a pitch, low miss. And you can just hear a couple of, hey, ask the base umpire, did he go? And it took a little bit to ask, hey, you check the swing. This will be a fly ball, shallow left field. This one's not going anywhere. That's going to drop it between the short and left fielder. And coming in to score with 2 outs is Jordan Lyle, and it's Elma Washington on the board first.
Right in the Bermuda Triangle of the outfield.
I mean, that ball wasn't hit all that hard, so the hang time wasn't all that there, and that certainly doesn't help. If the ball hung a little longer, we would be looking at out number 3. So there is a pinch runner here for Elma Washington. I believe it's a courtesy runner for the catcher. That is,
I think number 4.
that is Graham Roop that is going to be pinch running there. Pitch up. So pitcher versus pitcher. Try to see if he can help out his own cause after this inning gets extended and has a 1-run lead. And how about that serious velo? Some gesso on that pitch. 1-1 now. Give him a little bit of that pitcher's treatment. Hey, you gave me some cheddar. You gave me some cheese. Okay, I'm going to come at you with some cheese too. I got you.
The rare kind. The white cheddar.
Ooh. Getting that one by him as well. Right about now, Bryson Crawford got to shorten up on that swing. It's a little long. Want to go straight to the ball. And with the type of swing that he has, definitely try to swing for the fences. And that one catches a mask of Mike Lyons. Shaking it off. I mean, it's part of the job description. You're behind the dish. You have to be ready to take a beating. Back swings, foul balls.
Squatting the whole game.
That's a big one.
Yep.
A lot of innings, a lot of miles on the knees, on the legs. Is exactly why in the majors they have a second string catcher who will be able to take some innings to be able to give the legs some rest from the primary starter. But at least here in this level 14U, full count here to Bryson Crawford. I mean, almost everybody can play any position nowadays as the payoff is a little up and in. A ball 4 to Bryson Crawford. It's Trayson Sample.
And if you're playing MLB The Show, you're like, no, you're starting all 82 games, your star catcher.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
only
course.
in a video game.
Time is called, and it will be the manager, Brad Smith, that's coming out to the bump and talking to his defense. And, you know, for a split second, Mike, I was going to ask you, hey, you hear that noise? And starting to hear little drops of rain falling on the field.
I don't see any drops.
We're starting to see a little bit of some drizzle that's falling over the field. Nothing that's going to seriously threat to be able to play here. We are working with a real grass field, no turf here. So should it start to pick up, and if it does mess up the playing conditions, I believe everything will be put on pause, as that'll be a pitch upstairs, miss to Sample, ball 1. Well, Mike and I, we went to Youngsville, Louisiana, and we did the 10U Mustang League World Series, where in Youngsville, Louisiana, a lot of rain, a lot of cloudy conditions like this, stormy weather, breezy conditions, thunder and lightning.
Sideways rain.
Sideways rain was a big one. And due to some of the thunder and lightning that occurred, there was a game that had to be put on pause, and it was a San Diego versus San Antonio. That game would have to be put on pause due to the lightning delay and the rain. Had to be paused for the very next morning, back to the top of the 5th. As the 2-1, this is low and away, ball 3 to Sample. Well, fortunate for us to be here in Southern California, where weather like this, bit of a rarity. Don't see it until the winter time. As a 3-1, big swing by Sample. Here's the payoff. Gets that one by him, and another one will bite the dust. So 1 run does come across the plate on a 2-out RBI single by Jackson Busey to give Elma Washington a 1-0 lead. Big workload for Santa Cruz's righty, Liam Fields Rapley. Needed a total of 35 pitches in that first inning. But no problems in the world for Bryson Crawford, who is on the mound now. At this very moment, sitting with 13 pitches, only needed 11 to get through the first 3 batters. That's Elliott Smith that is at the plate, getting jammed on that 2-0. So it's Smith, Matt Casper, and Ewan Turvey. Two teams coming from the north, having to travel down south. Both teams coming straight south. And of course, Elma Washington all the way in Washington in the Pacific Northwest. Requiring a little bit more of a flight to be able to get down here to Southern California.
Unless you really enjoy driving.
And of course, a very scenic drive, if you ask me. Get to see a lot of the Pacific Northwest.
Your favorite place, Oregon?
And of course, Oregon, very green state. A lot going on over there in Oregon. As the payoff, and that's a little jam shot, easy for Crawford. Flip over to first to put Smith away.
Excellent pitch there by Crawford. Forced the batter in a jam situation there. So just a routine 1-3 put out there.
I mean, just inducing that weak contact. I mean, that's just the pitcher's mentality. Hey, you know what? If you're going to hit the ball, it's going to be weak contact or induce a grounder or a lazy fly ball somewhere, or I'm going to put you away with strikes.
That's why I like those inside part of the strike zone, because most batters get jammed up there.
Just have to be careful what part of the inside of the plate.
Yeah.
Can't get something that's a little too up and in-esque. Some batters are really good with getting the hands in and getting the barrel through, and that's how balls are yanked out of the park. There's a 2-0, and that's Mike's favorite part of the zone.
The outside part of the strike zone there.
The outside corner.
Outside corner. A lot of pitchers in the MLB make their money off of that.
I mean, essentially, there's players that are making careers just being able to paint corners, even in closing situations. Starters having to locate their pitches. As this will be lifted over to right field, trying to dodge the rain out there for James Moterson. Now Matt Casper is aboard. So that'll be an E9 to James Moterson. Reading his body language, definitely frustrated that was a routine fly ball to right. It wasn't hit all that deep. Wasn't able to make the grab, but to be fair, there are some drops of rain that are coming down, and having to fight that off could be a little bit of a task.
And here in California, we're not used to playing through this type of weather.
You know what the funny thing is, being from Washington, I mean, all the rain that happens all year round. The one strike pitch. Bit of an excuse me swing there from Ewan Turvey. Got to be super frustrating when you mid-swing, you're getting the bat knob, and the ball ends up meeting the knob, and you end up giving yourself a strike when it's initially going to cross the plate for a ball. Oh, 2.
Saw the catcher try to sell that one.
Home plate umpire was saying, nope, nice try, but no. No call. 1-2, gets that one by Turvey, and another one bites the dust.
Excellent. Bryson Crawford is having a game right now. He's got 3 Ks so far.
So 3 through an inning and 2/3. Pitch of the knees, strike 1. Impressive. 2 Ks in the first and in the second inning. So averaging 2 strikeouts in each inning. So Crawford, he is showing no mercy here to Santa Cruz. Just letting you know, hey, either you can hit it or you can't. And if you do, it's weak contact, something that's going to end up in a glove. The only one that has made loud, solid contact has been Anthony Skinner, who came up with a base hit up the middle. There's a ground ball, going to be playable for his shortstop, and they're going to retire Brazerecki with a 6-3 putout. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, and a runner left on base. We're through an inning and a half, 1-0, Elma, Washington. It's the bottom of the second inning, and another great inning of work for Bryson Crawford. We have a new pitcher on the mound, and it is Anthony Skinner. After one inning of allowed runs of baseball by Liam Fields Ropley. Ropley with an inning, 2 Ks, a walk, a hit, and an earned run in that one inning of work.
And in that inning, Skinner showed amazing communication on that flyout.
So now earning himself an inning on the mound. Essentially with a total of 37 pitches allowed, as that will be a swing and a miss there to Gustafsson, and another one will bite the dust.
Excellent pitch there by Skinner. He's showing that not only he's got the fielding game, he's got the pitching game as well.
And well, with those 35 pitches delivered by Fields Ropley, means he's going to get 1 day of rest. But right now, Skinner going after these Elma Washington hitters. Nothing but strikes. And he does have a ball. His time is called, and it looks like there was a ball that made its way onto foul territory by left field. James Moterson down in the count with 2 strikes. Skinner set. Here it comes. And that one catches the outer half of the plate for a strike 3 call, and another one bites the dust.
Beautiful there. 3 Ks so far.
3 straight Ks.
3 straight Ks.
3 straight Ks, and that makes 4 as a pitching staff here for Santa Cruz.
And just continues to throw strikes.
Hunter Young, the number 9 hitter, is due up here for Elma Washington. Goes after one up, just helping Skinner out. And you almost don't even want Skinner to be off of the mound with how hot that he has been on the bump, as the 2-strike pitch goes with a breaking ball. And Young lays off. Ball 1.
But at the same time, you want him to be able to play almost every game in this tournament, or pitch at least, because he seems like probably one of their best pitchers.
So far, really pinpointing his pitches, hitting his spots wherever Mike Lyons pinpoints the glove. There is a chopper to second. Candy hop has some time, and the flip for 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Elma Washington. We are through 2. It is a 1-0 Washington lead. Top 3 here from Walmerado Park in West Covina, California. And both teams coming in as road teams, not exactly local here from West Covina. Either traveling through the area or going on road trips. Either way, both got to be really nice road trips, as Mike Lyons is at the plate. 1-1 the count.
I know Santa Cruz is about a 8-hour drive.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Up in Northern California by San Francisco, maybe even Sacramento area or Chico.
I do like the city of Santa Cruz because you got the beach and the mountains. It's very nice out there.
You even have the Santa Cruz Pier, where there's a lot going on there in Santa Cruz Pier. And you also have the Santa Cruz Warriors, the G League team for the Warriors. And you even have UC Santa Cruz, the Banana Slugs.
The Banana Slugs. I took a tour of that campus. It's nice, and it's got a foresty vibe.
And we don't have foresty vibes here in West Covina. We do have line drive vibes out here with Mike Lyons lining out to third. A great play by Troy Roop, being able to avoid extra base hits.
They're calling threshold here, so this is going to be most likely Bryson Crawford's last batter.
Well, this will be almost looking like a day's rest here for Bryson Crawford, as that's a pitch upstairs, a ball 1. So we pitch number 35, and dealing with the starting pitcher in Liam Fields Ropley. And Ropley will leave that one low, 2-0. So it looks like Elma Washington, they did have movement in the pen when the ball made its way into foul territory. There was some movement in the pen and a bit of a jam shot, foul. But I mean, what an impressive day with a very short outing for Bryson Crawford, what he's able to do on the mound. Right now, 2 1/3 innings, 3 Ks. There's another foul ball. 2-2. 2 Ks in the first, 1 in the second. And now Crawford trying to look for his 4th K victim. Tries to get him to chase after the one outside.
A 4K victim. You'll see that strike clearly.
Oh, Mike.
Almost.
Little backstory to that one. Mike actually had the crystal ball in the last game. In Sierra Madre and Rockland, Mike was on fire, being able to predict, be able to come up with predictions. But they're coming with the hook. That is the manager, Mike Lyle. And that will be that for Crawford. A well-deserved standing O for Crawford, for him being able to get his job. So new pitcher here in the top of the 3rd with 1 out and a runner on. And a toss down over to first. And Fields Ropley able to make it back on time. It was a called strike to Hunter Denworth, 0-1. So Trayson Sample, the righty, taking over for Bryson Crawford.
And he's giving you a sample of what he can do.
Nice little catch on words there, as that'll be a fly ball to deep right center field, and that's going to hit the right center field wall. Trying to get the ball as quick as possible to hit their cutoff man, and that is their first extra base hit, and the first extra base hit of the game.
Great hit there by Hunter Denworth.
Able to get
A nice double. Deep down center. Oh, here's another hit down center and gets by the center fielder. This will bring in.
They can't locate the ball. It's in straight away center field at the wall, and a pair of runs are going to come in to score on a 1-out triple by Anthony Skinner.
Must have got stuck on the fence.
So just like that, it is a 2-1 lead, Santa Cruz. And it's safe to say no lead is safe. Ball 1 here to Nathan Dodrill. I mean, now you're starting to look at that pitching change and starting to think maybe we should have left him here for the remaining of this inning, possibly. But I mean, you know, every coach, they have their game plan. They know exactly why they're making these decisions. And I mean, Elma possibly just trying to be smart and manage their pitching staff the right way.
To me, that's the challenge. This pitch count. You got to know how many pitches you're going to let your pitchers throw, and who are your best pitchers and what you want them to do. You want them to pitch the complete game and then they're out for the whole tournament, or do you want them just with 1 day's rest so you could use them every single game, essentially?
Chopper on the right side, foul, full count. It's knowing what pitcher to use on what situations, essentially. Do you want to play the matchups where a lefty is going to go against the next 3 righties, or try to play the matchups game, or are you just trying to say playing the feeler game where trying to see, okay, well, he dealt these first 2 innings. Let's go ahead and give him another try at the 3rd. But definitely, like we mentioned in the first game, you have to be very strategic on how you use your pitching staff. I mean, it also comes down to defense as well. You can't commit errors, otherwise that's going to cost pitches and not allow your pitcher to last. As there, it's a strikeout. Waving through that one, dodge drill, and another one will bite the dust.
Excellent pitch there by Trayson Sample. He's showing us that he could throw strike or get Ks as well.
That is strikeout number 4 altogether for Elma Washington. Ball 1 to Elliott Smith. There's already been a 1-out, 2 RBI triple. This one is lifted in foul territory. And it's a play made! Are you kidding me? Jackson Busey juggling the ball a bit there behind home plate, and he's able to make the play.
And hold on a sec, Santa Cruz claiming that it hit the net.
And so now the umpires are going to talk about it. Man, there's only 2 umpires here in this tournament. Usually in the World Series, there'll be 4, but it looks like the umpires, they are both in agreement, and they have said that it's an out. But it looks like Smith is refusing to go into the dugout, and the coaching staff refusing to go back to the dugout here for Santa Cruz. But they're realizing, yes, they're going to rule it as an out, and that will be that. But a pair of runs do cross the plate on a 2 RBI triple by Anthony Skinner to give Santa Cruz a 2-1 lead. An impressive play by Jackson Busey is what does the trick to get out number 3 in the top of the 3rd. As Washington will be back to the top of the lineup with Jordan Lyle. And it's a called strike 0-1, and it continues to be Skinner on the bump. Showing bunt, he's going to get it down, and Skinner's going to go in and attack the bag himself, and he's got him 1 unassisted.
It was a nice bunt, but the bunt outran the runner, so.
I mean, essentially, Jordan Lyle trying to come up with that push bunt. Not a good bunt in my liking. You got to get that bunt closer towards the mound and push that one in between the mound and second base.
And it's got to be a slow roller.
That
was a fast one.
Well, essentially, you want to push. Essentially, it's called a push bunt. You want to push that in the middle of the mound and second base, so that way it creates a bit of a collision there from the pitcher and from the second baseman to make it tough to be able to come up with that play. And it gives you time to be able to fly down the line. But nonetheless, it's a 2-ball, no strike count with 1 gone. It's Cruz Vargas that is at the dish. And that's a line drive. That's going to drop in the right center field gap. It'll split the outfielders. And Cruz, he'll trot into second for a 1-out double.
He found that right center gap right there.
We got to say, Mike, how many Apodaca extra base hits have we seen here today? We've seen a lot of strokes over to right center field from right-handed hitters, and it's pretty impressive. We don't see that all that often in this age group, but we're definitely seeing it today.
Deep center, if you jam it right underneath the fence, that'll get you a triple.
Straightaway center as well. I mean, hitting the ball up the middle and the opposite way, I mean, those are great hitting philosophies that we're seeing from these 14-year-olds. That is 14U-year-olds. You guys are watching the 2024 14U Pony West Zone Tournament. Winners will go to the 14U World Series, which will take place in Washington, Pennsylvania. There's a 2-strike pitch. It's a little low. And the umpire did not want to buy the paint work. Roop went down on strikes in his first trip.
It was water painting, but he was looking for acrylics.
Again, gave him the acrylics, and he said, nope, I changed my mind. Pitch number 20 there for Anthony Skinner. Bryson Crawford finished up with 39, so that's good for a day's rest, and they'll get to still keep up throughout this tournament. A swing and a miss there from Troy Roop, and another one bites the dust.
Excellent pitch there.
Total of 5 pitches,
For
or
strikes.
total of 5 strikeouts.
Strike, 5K.
5K. So 2 gone. Here's Jackson Busey, who was responsible for that 3rd out. And I mean, just going back to that play, it almost looked like, I mean, it really looked like he wasn't going to make that play. But then in the final moments, just juggle, and we saw the ball just stay in his glove.
It's dedication right there. Never give up on a play.
Ground ball hit sharply, and the throw, it's juggled. No!
Gets him.
Still gets him. 6-3 putouts to BUC. And wow, how about that? Matt Casper able to hang on to the ball on that one-hopped throw. And nonetheless, both defenses coming up with some impressive plays at the end of 3, 2-1, Santa Cruz. The top of the 4th inning here from Walmart Auto Park in West Covina, California. So Santa Cruz leading the way 2-1. They will stick with their guns with Trayson Sample. As the count's going to go 2 balls and no strikes here to Matt Casper. But we'll see Casper, Turvey, and Brazereke. Now we're see Sample fall behind 3-0 here to Matt Casper. Don't want to fall behind to the leadoff batter.
Definitely not.
Counting that up and outside corner. Sun's starting to come out here, and the overcast starting to disperse away. So now should be seeing nothing but sunny skies atop of us for the rest of the day. As the count goes full, here's the payoff. That's a wild miss up and in to Matt Casper, ball 4.
Excellent job by Elma Washington getting their leadoff batter on base. And it's Matt Casper drawing the walk. Good eye.
So you win. Turvey stepping up to the dish, and this time around looking to put the ball in play. He went down on strikes in his first trip. You remember, that was Bryson Crawford who was on the mound, who was delivering Ks left and right. Ball 1. I mean, that's going to be the big one. You got to get first pitch strikes. I mean, that's going to be big. It's a big confidence booster. We're going to call time. I mean, that's Sample stepping off of the rubber. Pitch to the dirt once again. Runners will stay put. Ball 2. Sample having a tough time being able to locate his pitches here. So, I mean, in game 1 earlier this morning, we had a 16-10 final. It's Sierra Madre that would end up advancing to the winner's bracket. And there's a toss down over to first. 3-0. Sierra Madre taking on Rockland, California, which put Sierra Madre on the win column. And winner of this one will be playing against Sierra Madre, California, as a 3-0 pitch. Just catching the inner half of the plate. 3-1. So Rockland, with that loss, they have dropped down to the loser's bracket, but this is a double elimination bracket. So just because you lose one, it does not mean that it is over for you. It just means additional games. Ball 4 on back-to-back walks. Instead of playing 4 games, you'll play 6 games, and it may not be the games that you like. Maybe instead of playing at 4 or at 7, you may get the 10 a.m. game, which Rockland, they have the 10 a.m. game tomorrow for their final hopes to stay alive in this bracket.
And I've seen a team from the loser side win it all. They just had to beat the undefeated team twice to win.
And that's a tough ask, if you ask me, having to beat the undefeated team twice. But let's step aside for here. Pitching change being made in the middle of the 4th inning. The first 2 batters able to get on with walks. So now it'll be up to Jace Gustafson to be able to get these last 3 outs unscathed. There's going to be a sac bunt. This will be towards the left side of the infield. Toss over to first. Not in time.
Excellent bunt there by Javier
Brazerecki.
Javier Brazerecki.
I mean, that was just the perfect drag bunt. I mean, being able to get the job done, that's going to be a wild pitch, and that's going to get by Jackson Busey, and that's going to allow the run to come in to score. How about that, having to take a dose out of that. That'll make it into a 3-1 lead. These last 2 innings have been great for Santa Cruz, being able to cash in a run, minimum of a run. Ground ball, backhanded play, can't knock it down as 1 run will come in to score. It'll make it into a 4-1 game. Santa Cruz, I mean, they have officially shifted the momentum in their favor. Back-to-back infield hits here for Santa Cruz, being able to get the job done. And there goes runner to get runners in scoring position. So a 1-1 count. Right now, the bullpen for Elma Washington just unfortunately unable to continue on with what Bryson Crawford has been able to do on the mound. There's a strike 2 there to Fields Ropley. That'll be a ground ball, or actually a
That's
foul ball
fouled
off
off
of
his
his leg.
All right, that's it. Make your adjustment. You got it.
So it's a 1-2 count for Gustafsson. Looking for a way to get out of this inning unscathed. Going after one low and away, and another one bites the dust.
Excellent pitch there for a strike. Strikeout. Gustafsson.
Getting him low and away. Getting him to chase. One gone. That'll be chopped. Foul by Hunter Denworth. Well, very impressive to see that the middle infield here for Elma Washington playing in what you would call double play depth or normal depth. Not wanting to play in and look for the outs there at the plates, and that's going to get away from Busey as run number 5 will cross the plate.
As you can hear, the Santa Cruz dugout is very excited about that.
Amped up with cashing in 3 runs in this inning. Most of it due to wild pitches. Now fouled there at the dish, and Denworth down to the count, 1-2. Being able to get runners on second or on third in this inning so far. Time's going to be called and try to get Gustafsson back on track. Folks, right after this one, we'll see the 4 o'clock game. It'll be Hawaii playing up against Long Beach, California. And the last game of the day, Rialto, California, taking on against West Covina, California. And we'll have all the coverage for you guys here on BNN Productions. As the 1-2 pitch, that's a line drive, dropping into center field for a hit, and cruising in to score is Mike Lyons. And they extend their lead 6-1.
Excellent hit there by Hunter Denworth to drive in his teammate. Found that gap down center field.
How about some loud contact? A ground ball, and they can't handle the backhanded play by Vargas. So that'll end up into left center field, and Anthony Skinner will get himself on with the first pitch he sees. Getting very close to hitting around the lineup. And again, very first pitch, ground ball to second, throw to second, and only in time for the 4-6 put out to erase Anthony Skinner. So that means Denworth will advance into third, and Dodrill will get on with fielder's choice. So with 2 away, it'll be Elliott Smith. He's going to go after that first offering, 1 strike.
Sometimes first pitch swingings do pan out.
And we've seen 3 consecutive Santa Cruz hitters go after that first pitch. One of them resulted in a hit. The second one resulted in a ground ball to second on a fielder's choice. And this last one, a foul ball by Elliott Smith. And to shy away, a pump fake. See if the
Runner would bite.
trying to get Hunter Denworth to try to bite. 1-1. Ground ball, chopped foul. Biggest lead of the game by 5 so far. Santa Cruz compiling runs. This is a 1-2. Goes with the breaking ball. Free bag there for Dodrill. I mean, you saw him cruising over there to second, and now a pair of base runners into scoring position. And you know what that means, Mike?
A routine hit will get you 2 runs.
Yes. But now I officially cannot say it. I was going to say the deuces were wild, but now unfortunately they are not wild. They're not as wild anymore. Here's the payoff, and that's a miss outside, and they lose Elliott Smith. Waiting to see who is going to be the next batter. So 18 pitches at this moment here for Gustafsson. So now we're going to see Matt Casper, who initially led off this inning. Official sunny skies atop of us. There's a pitch. Ground ball. That's going to stay fair down the third base line. As 1 run will cruise in to score, make that 2 runs. As it throws going to the plate with nobody trying to come in to score. And a 2-out, 2 RBI double for Matt Casper.
That was a beautiful hit. Ride that third base line. Drove in 2 runs, and now you got runners on second and third.
And that could be it for Gustafsson. Take you back to the top of the 4th inning. Ewan Turvey is at the plate and going up against James Moterson. He has delivered 2 pitches and both have been balls. Total 18 pitches for Jace Gustafsson. Unfortunately, only able to go 2/3 of an inning, as the count's going to go 3 balls and no strikes. And with sunny conditions here atop of us, receiving a text from Steven Morales. Hey, it's sunny for you guys, but at least over here in Monterey Park, we're experiencing some rain, which we will be seeing Steven Morales here with us later on in the day. A shout out to you, Steve. So 4-pitch walk given here to Ewan Turvey. So Aviar Bray Zureke. Brazereke got a base hit in this inning, and now getting a chance to swing the bats for a 2nd time in the same inning and a 3rd time today. It's a little high. And with it being an 8-1 ball game, this is the biggest lead that Santa Cruz has had today, and I think this is the biggest lead we have seen today altogether, as there's a ground ball over to first or to second, and That required Motorson to cover the bag, so consider it a 4-1 putout. So the top of the fourth comes to an end, but a total of 5 runs, excuse me. Make that 6 runs do come in to score, make it an 8-1 ball game.
Wheeling and dealing right there with a strikeout. And that was Crawford, the pitcher.
So a 3-pitch mix right there to put Bryson Crawford away on good morning, good afternoon, and a good night. And that continues to be Anthony Skinner on the bump. That's a pitch called strike. And Skinner, you know, you always have that worry of, okay, our pitcher's been sitting for a while. It's been a long inning. Is he still going to perform the same? And honestly, we're seeing Skinner throwing nothing but strikes here.
It's been consistent this whole day.
So, I mean, that's exactly why Santa Cruz has elected to remain with Skinner. Missing up and in, ball 1. Here's the 1-2. Gets that one by him, and another one bites the dust.
How many Ks is that now for Skinner?
So as a pitching staff, it is 7. For Skinner, it is 5.
Very nice.
5 through 2 2/3 innings. So we do have a pinch hitter for Jace Gustafson. He's going to take that one. Strike 1. So Micah Salvatierra will be at the plates, and he'll be lifting this one up in foul territory. No one's going to call that one.
Lost it in the sun.
And Santa Cruz trying to make a case. Hey, where is the communication on that play?
Communication is key to successful fielding. We stated this earlier.
And there would have been no problems with allowing the pitcher Anthony Skinner to take that one himself, as the 2-strike pitch will be lifted and out of play. I mean, considering that normal stereotype that, hey, pitchers should not fielding pop-ups, in a situation like that, is that technically negated, since all the pitchers are position players, as they will toss it down over to first or record the K officially. So it'll be Anthony Skinner that'll strike out the side at the end of the 4th inning, 8-1. Continues to pitch exactly where he left off last, and continues to compile Ks 6 through 3. Well, we're here in the top of the 5th inning for Santa Cruz. That is Mike Lyons that is leading things off. 0-1 the count. And that drive will be to left field for a hit. And Mike Lyons continues to be hot with the stick. Back-to-back ABs with hits.
Santa Cruz with getting their leadoff batter on base. That is always a good thing.
Always a good thing indeed. Mike going to be known for saying it's a good thing for leadoff batters to get on and going to be known for hitting the corners, especially the outside part of the plate for pitchers.
And earning your right to be called the Picasso of the outside corner.
And that's a high honor with Mike Lyons able to advance to second. Looks like we'll have another pinch hitter here for Santa Cruz.
24.
So Inges Nanus will be in the box. A little late on that pitch. 1-1. Liam Fields properly 0 for 1 with a walk, a run scored, and a K. As the 1-1. And Nanus late on that pitch. 1-2. Kind of leaning ahead of the pitch instead of letting the ball travel to the plate and maybe striking something over to right. And try to cash in, Lions. One, two. This will be lifted. At this point, just trying to protect. That was a pitch that was super low and away, being able to get the bat head down. And still able to get a piece of it. So 8-1 the score. 2 runs in the third, 6 runs in the fourth. They were able to bat around the lineup. There's a 1-2, gets that one by him, and another one bites the dust.
Excellent pitch by James Moterson. That was a fastball that just blew by the batter and got that strikeout.
Actually just trying to challenge him and see, can he touch my fastball? And that's a
Sure
drive
did.
over to left field. And that's going to be off of the glove of Hunter Young. And that extra hop is going to allow Mike Lyons to come in and score from second. And it'll be a 1-out RBI double for Hunter Denworth.
Single.
Makes it a 9-1 game on top by 8. So Anthony Skinner now at the plates and looking to help out his own cause. Help himself out. I mean, what a day he's having on the mound, Mike. And there goes runner Denworth. He's going to have second base stolen. Thought about maybe hitting the Jets to third. But he'll go ahead and apply the brakes there. Six Ks through 3 innings.
It's quite impressive.
Quite impressive indeed. Instead of the pitch, so take a look over at second. There's a 1-strike pitch, and that's by the third baseman. They can't knock it down, and it'll be runners in scoring position just like that. On a single by Skinner, advancing to second on the throw.
That was a nice hit by Skinner down the third base line for a double.
Didn't want to give the wave to Hunter Denworth.
The left fielder did bobble the ball a bit, though. I might have been tempted to go home.
Definitely would have given the runner some time to be able to score. Chest high strike to Nathan Dodrill. So the important runner in scoring position, and Anthony Skinner. One strike pitch, little chin music. Gonna lay off of that one, ball one. This is a fourth time through the Santa Cruz order, with Dodrill going down on strikes in his first 2 trips. And ever since then, he's been able to get on with the fielder's choice. This is lifted to left center field, and runners in attack from third, and the throw is not going to be in time. There goes Skinner. Throw over to third, and they're going to hose down Skinner, and they get 2 outs out of that play. But a run does come in to score, make it into a 10-1 lead. It's bottom of the 5th inning we go. Here for Elma, Washington. James Motorson is at the plate, and we do have a new arm on the mound as well. So we'll take a look at Nathan Dodrill after a very impressive outing by Anthony Skinner, who went 3 innings, 6 Ks, no walks, 1 hit, and no earned runs. I mean, I just still feel like impressive is not enough to describe the performance that Skinner had today on the mound.
How many total pitches did he have?
He had a total of 34.
Wow, that's impressive. That's just 1 day's rest right there.
Well, we could definitely expect him to be pitching down the stretch. Santa Cruz just a few outs away from being on the winning side of the bracket. Trying to take care of business. This is the bottom half of the bracket. That one has bounced low to Hunter Young, ball 1. And again, we saw the pitching that was a little bit on the wobbly side in that first game, 16-10, the final. But Santa Cruz, on their pitching end, they have looked really well, really good. In a 16-10 final, Sierra Madre, as there's a toss down over to second. And James Motorson able to steal second. Ball 2. Or best said, ball 3. So Sierra Madre on the winning bracket, Rockland on the losing bracket. As a 3-0, catching the outer edge. Now winner of this one will play against winner of the Kauai, Hawaii and Long Beach, California matchup. That one's going to be bounced low, and Hunter Young will get on base.
Looks like Elma, Washington's making a move here. They got their leadoff runner at second, or leadoff batter at second. And now they got runners on first and second. So they're looking to make a move here. So Jordan Lyle coming back up to the plate. Third time
coming up to the plate. Nice little pick work there for Mike Lyons. I mean, they do say that catchers, they are the best players that can read the picks. So this will be hit foul. Long way on the right side, 1-1. Dodger sets. Here comes the 1-1. This one will be lifted and out of play. 1-2. Dodrill 0 for 1. Hit by pitch, a stolen base, run scored. One, two. Easy to strike this one, foul as well. Tough customer at the plate with Jordan Lyle. Exactly why they put him in the number 1 spot. But I mean, still, what a showing we have seen here from Santa Cruz here in this game. A nice balance of hitting, of pitching, of defense. They have no errors recorded in this game. This one will be lifted into foul territory and trying to track this one down, going foul. One, two. Chopped to second, and the hop almost beats him out. And the only play is going to be at second with Motorson advancing to third, and they put Hunter Young away 4-6.
That was a chop bobbler, but still got the runner out.
Well, that's the type of play you have to go and get it. Got to come and get it, and the toss has to go over to first. That's a tough play to knock down to be able to still toss over to second. You let the ball bounce more than 2 times, and the hop is destined to eat you up. Here is Cruz Vargas, and there goes a runner. Toss down over to second, and he is safe.
Excellent base running there. I think from what I've seen today that the runner on first, when there's runners in the corner, the runner on first feels very comfortable taking second base because the catcher is going to be very hesitant to try to throw him out knowing that the runner on third might try to go home.
Trying to get runners into scoring position, and that does get a piece of Vargas. And he'll trot over to first, and it'll be bases juiced for Elma Washington. So first pitch to Troy Roop, locating that one right down the plate for a called strike 0-1. First time that we'll see the bases juiced here for Elma Washington. Certainly be looking to get something done with Dodrill there on the mound as the 2-strike pitch, and Roop, they make quick work of him on good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
And that was a great pitch there by Nathan Dodrill, as he heard his coach say, we need to get some outs here with the bases being juiced. And what better way to get an out with a strikeout and not letting any of the runners be able to do anything.
And big time outs. Now that with 2 gone, they can just focus on Jackson Busey. Pitch received a little awkwardly behind the dish by Lions. 1-0. Busey hasn't been on base since his first plate appearance. That was the RBI single to cash in Jordan Lyle. Guys, a 2-0, and that's a drive over to right field, and that's over the wall, and it's a bombazo. A loud batazo off of the bat of Jackson Busey. The grand slam makes it a 10-5 game.
That was a beautiful, beautiful smash there. And I believe he was the one that got that beautiful catch, the foul ball catch from the catcher that we all thought might have hit the net, but he got it. So hitting at a Supreme and catching at a Supreme, this kid's got a bright future ahead of him.
So a 4 spot brings them within 5. He's going to dig this one and go after that one, and that's going to drop into the bait for outfield for a hit.
You always love to be that batter right after your teammate that hit the grand slam and follow it by finding the gap, getting a single there. Keep the momentum going, especially when you're trailing in this game.
Why not try to continue to make the bleeding go on?
Got to let Santa Cruz feel the pressure because they were sitting comfortable for a while, and now they're going to feel the pressure.
This one's popped up into foul territory. Lions trying to give chase and
beautiful
having to come up
dive.
with a lunging grab in foul territory. But before that, a grand slammy by Jackson Busey to cut it down to a 10-5 game as we will go to the 6th. Top 6 here from Colorado Park in West Covina, California, between Elma, Washington, and Santa Cruz, California. See Elliott Smith, who's leading things off, turns on one, and that's going to drop in fair. Rounding first, will look for a double to lead things off with extra bases.
Elliott Smith with a beautiful, beautiful hit down the left field. First game we saw them hitting the right center field gap. Looks like this game these guys are right in the corners.
Trying to hit down the lines and looking for extra bases. Matt Casper is at the dish, working with a runner in scoring position. Casper's been pretty good with the bats within these first 3 trips.
What number was the grand slam hitter?
One one. Missing a spot. Up and in. Gotta love the count that you're in. If you're Matt Casper, that's going to sail away to center field. As there goes Smith and looking to take the free base.
A little bit of mustard on that hot dog of a throw right there.
The 2-1 again, trying to get him up and in. Casper, all trips to the plate, has been able to get on as the 3-1 pitch. Smith and Casper's going to hit that one out. Payoff. Again, trying to go after one low. We'll try it again. 3-2. A little too high. And Busey even left that one up. See if he would count it.
He tried to sell it. Runners on the corners here, so I'm going to predict that Casper's going to take second base here.
Oh, that's a prediction that's very likely to happen. But knowing my luck, he may not even steal second. It's been happening all day long. Going for the easy prediction here for Mike McGeary.
Got to pad my stats.
And he doesn't steal second. And the sack bunt, no play as he's go to first base. And he's going to get the show out, and they will knock down the safety squeeze, scoring in Smith, advancing Casper to second. And Turvey able to do his job. So that'll make a runner in scoring position. And that's going to get away. And no throw. Never really seen that before, where you go through the throwing motions and the ball just kind of just drops to the ground. Busey never seemed like he had a true grip of the ball.
Or that might have been an and one mixtape play right there. Fake this all out.
And that'll be a deep drive over to center field, and that'll one-hop the center field wall. Cruz it in to score is Matt Casper, and it'll be extra bases.
Classic case of trading places there.
Just like that, they're able to get a pair of the... Still one gone here in the top of the sixth inning. They decide to swap arms and go with Cruz Vargas. Vargas will shank one low to Mike Lyons. Ball one.
Look at his bat there, Alex. Looks like a Miami Vice bat right there.
Oh, there we go. A little pink, a little teal. Not going to lie. I don't hate it. I actually like it.
It's pretty flashy.
Very flashy. And I'll tell you, Mike Lyons,
Flashy
the
player.
bat is in the right hands right now with back-to-back base hits, and safe to say he's going to keep using that bat. 2 singles. He does have an RBI attached to that first one, and stolen base, and 2 runs scored. 2-1 and trying to poke that one down the line. Foul. I mean, I'm just saying, Mike, you can't have a bat like that and go over.
Yeah.
And just like that, Lions goes down on strikes. Do you think we gave him a little bit of the broadcaster's jinx?
Yeah. But what he was perfect before that, so it's okay. He's showing us that he could be human too, not just a robot.
First pitch, ball 1. Finley Adams is in the box. And Adams with a drive over to right field. And that's going to be a collision with the right field wall. The runner was on the go already with it being 2 outs. And that was just a nice stroke there by Adams.
And another classic case of trading places.
Well, back to the top with Hunter Denwood. And that's going to get by. Toss down over to third. Adams will go ahead and take third. And not a sign we like to see. Jackson Busey may have gotten injured on that play.
Hopefully it's just a Charlie horse.
Really grimacing and pounding on that right hip, maybe a little lower than the hip. We'll certainly keep an eye out on it. Denwood fighting that one off. Nothing but blue skies atop of us, but still dealing with some of the cloudy weather there. Backhanded by the third baseman. Throw and a 5-3 put out to put Hunter Denworth away. So we're through 5.5 innings. 3 runs came across the plate to score 13-5 Santa Cruz. Bottom of the 6th inning we go of a 13-5 score. Santa Cruz leading the way. And it's Matt Casper who is taking over on the mound. A very quick 2 strikes on the count. That is Micah Salvatierra, who is at the plate. It's 1-2 is the count. So the sun just being in and out. Windy conditions picking up here from West Covina. Curveball in there for a strike 3 call, and another one bites the dust.
Excellent pitch there by Matt Casper. I wonder how many Ks does this team have total altogether?
That is K number 10.
That is impressive.
As a pitching staff, they have 10 Ks. And look at that. That's how you know it's a good curveball. I mean, it wasn't a strike, but when you get the batter start shying away from the box, that's how you know it's a good curve.
With that action.
It's that late life, that late bite of the curve. One. Another good spot there for Casper. Has it at a 1-2 count. Casper working at a pace of his own. I mean, you see him coming set right away and delivering the pitch. Bit of a quicker pace that we have seen all game long. We've usually been seeing a little bit more of a slower pace For pitchers, they come set, they take a pause, and then deliver. Whereas him, he comes set, makes a second, and boom, decides to deliver in there. Strike 3 call, chest high, and another one bites the dust.
Man, this team just keeps pumping strikeouts all game long. A good way to keep your pitch count low.
So Graham Roop is pinch hitting here for Young. Count's going to go 2-0. Coming off the bench here for Graham Roop. 2-0. Still missing low. Three-0. Little 2 inside, and Roop's going to get on base. So, I mean, just as Mike is mentioning, hey, leadoff batters are important. Hey, 2 outs base runners are important as well. Just as important, if you ask me.
How many times have we seen 2-out rallies? So, yes, I agree with you there, Alex.
And first pitch, and that'll stay up and away. Ball 1. Back to the top we go with Jordan Lyle. This will be going through the lineup a 4th time. Toss down over to first. Almost threw that one down the line. Now we're seeing some movement towards the Elma Washington pen. Gonna be struck foul. 1-2. So now Gasper, after recording the first 2 outs via the K, now struggling to find that 3rd out. One, 2. Pitch in the dirt. There goes runner. And Roop's going to take second on the wild pitch. I mean, as a catcher, you can't always rely on just the hands to be able to pick that ball. You got to remember your fundamentals on pitches in the dirt, and remember to keep the glove down, keep the chest down. Lions having to make sure to keep that pitch in front of him, full count. Payoff. Low and away miss, ball 4. So now it is Cruz Vargas, the 2-hitter. And he continued to stay with that low and away pitch. And now all of a sudden just having a hard time just able to throw strikes. And just as I say that, able to pinpoint that outer half of the plate. 1-1. 1-1. And getting that inner half. Here's a 1-2. Not entirely sure where that missed.
Must have been an inch off the strike zone because that was close.
It's a very close pitch. Painting that inner half of the corner of the zone. Another great quality pitch. 1, no bite, and 2, just not getting that call strike. Payoff, runners going, and that'll be ball 4 regardless.
Excellent slide there by Lions.
Got to be ready for if a runner does choose to go.
And looking like we're going to have a new pitcher in here. Maybe. If it is, it would be number 2.
So we'll go ahead and step aside with a new arm coming up here for Santa. New arm here for Santa Cruz, and that's going to be hit the other way, and that's going to get on by. Casper wasn't able to control that one as 1 run will come in to score, 2 will come in to score, make it 3 here for Elma. It'll result in a 2-out RBI triple. They bring it back within 5. It is Jackson Busey that is there at the plate. He goes after one in the dirt. And Lions was unable to control it, but nonetheless, no harm, no foul with runner staying put at third in Troy Roop. Call time. Again, another wild pitch, and Lions not going to be able to bring that one in. Troy Roop scores on the wild pitch. One.
And
Ground
Busey.
ball.
Oh.
Backhanded play by the shortstop and able to dig that one up on the low throw. So that will end the 6th inning, and 4 runs have come in to score here for Elma Washington. 4 runs down. Top of the 7th inning here from Walmerado Park in West Covina, California, between Elma, Washington and Santa Cruz, California. Santa Cruz, the road team, with 4 runs of a lead. 1-1 the count here for the leadoff batter Anthony Skinner. Following him is Nathan Dodrill and Elliott Smith. But his Vargas that is on the bump, as that'll be a drive over to center to right field, and that's going to drop in for a hit. And now Anthony Skinner with a 4-hit game.
Leading off. Leadoff batter gets on base. 4-hit game for Anthony Skinner. pretty solid, and he had a good showing on the mound.
Love to see a pitcher that performs on the mound and a batter that performs at the plate. Okay, first pitch to Dodrill. Going to keep that one down. Ball 1.
Let's see Skinner's versatility while he's leading off. Let's see if he's going to get a stolen base here.
He has not stolen a bag here today. So just maybe. Working the pancake on that right hand. That's usually the sliding hand. Sliding into the bag. And there goes a runner. Ground ball over to second. They'll get the force out. Still at second. Throw to first in time.
Double. And that's the first double play we've seen today. That was a 4-6-3 double play. There you go.
And how about that? They are still able to turn the 4-6-3 with a running Anthony Skinner, as this will be lifted over to right field, and the catch will be made. So a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th inning as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Last 3 outs here for Elma, Washington. Bottom of the 7th inning we go. And the last hopes here for Elma, Washington. They'll have hitters 5, 6, and 7. It's called strike there for Bryson Crawford. Very quick, 1 strike. And coming up right after this one will be Kauai, Hawaii, going up against Long Beach, California. That one was scheduled for a 4 p.m. first pitch time. Safe to say that will be a different time. That's the 2-strike pitch. That'll get away from Lions. Count's going to be 1-2. Crawford originally got the start for this game. Was a great pitcher for Elma, Washington. Ever since then, no one has come close to his pitching caliber, as he's going to take that outer half of the plate for a strike 3 call, and another one will bite the dust.
All game long, Santa Cruz just pumping in these strikeouts.
Do you know what part of the strike zone that was?
And my favorite part, the outside corner.
The outside corner. Trayson Samples. Okay, and able to hit that one at the knees. 0-1. Pitcher Ewan Turvey. Both teams have used their fair share of pitchers. 5 in total for Elma, Washington, and 5 here for Santa Cruz.
And with Win in his first name, you know he's destined to be a good pitcher.
Totally right. Winner of that one will play the winner of the Kauai, Hawaii, Long Beach, California game. Loser of this one will head over to the losers bracket. We already have one team that's on the losers bracket playing tomorrow at 10 a.m. Brooklyn, California, waiting for the loser for the nightcap in Rialto, California, and West Covina, California.
Get him?
They say no. Sample's going to be with a count of 2-2. Two. He's going to hit that one foul. You have a couple of arms that will have a nice day off after their hard work. Nobody's really gotten that 2-day off mark here in this game, as he's going to fan through that one, and another one will bite the dust. Coming down to the last out for Elma Washington.
After this game, we're going to say Santa Cruz's mascot is a capital K for K's here.
Well, just to add on to that last statement, 13 Ks in total through 6 2/3 innings. As that'll be a drive over to right field, and that will stay fair. That'll be down the first base line, and extra bases here for Salvatierra. And this game will continue.
That was a beautiful hit down the first base line. Find the corner, get your extra base hit there. So to start this potential 2-out rally.
So still down to the last out here for Elma Washington. And remember what we talked about in the first game? We said, hey, we have yet to see a ball go down the third baseline or the first baseline. And in this game, we've seen a couple already.
So what's next to predict for the next game?
You tell us. Ground
man,
ball,
sweep
and
it
could
up.
not come up with it there at first. So they're going to put the stop sign to Salvatierra over there at third, and it'll be runners at the corners with 2 gone.
Excellent defense by
Unknown caller.
right fielder.
That's going to get through Lions.
Pitch.
And Salvatierra, he gets a little dirty there with the tierra. That's going to cut it down to 13-10. Things starting to get a little scary.
Yeah.
It's down to the last out, and we're still seeing Elma Washington attacking, scoring runs.
Well, you gotta love to see it. They're not throwing in the towel just yet. They want to fight.
They didn't come all the way from the Pacific Northwest for nothing to keep up with these Californians. Duo. Catching the outer half. You would get 2 and 1. Now down to the last 2 strikes. It is Roop who pinch hit for Hunter Young. He's going to foul that one off, down to the last strike. Here's a 2-2, and Roop a little frustrated with himself, maybe hoping that the pitch was going to hit him.
Either way, he developed a full count here.
It's a big pitch coming here. See if Turvey can execute. Here's the payoff, and that's a miss inside, ball 4. Passing the baton to Jordan Lyle.
The Bhutan. Oh, yes, the shade. Yep, I saw that. Freaking Trout hasn't had a healthy season in 4 years now.
It looks like we are going to have a pinch hitter or a new pitcher on the bump that will take over, and that'll be it for still here in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 outs. It's a 3-run game with the tie run at the plate in Jordan Lyle. So Brezareke, the southpaw, will be on the bump and hoping to just be able to collect this final out of this one. And will stay outside. Ball 2. Runners on first and second. 2-0, low miss.
3-0.
Things have certainly gotten very interesting here. 3-0, 4-pitch walk.
Very crucial here. Looks like the Santa Cruz coach is going to come give a mound visit here to see, just to see how his pitcher's feeling. Saying, hey, bud, we got 3-run lead here. We just need 1 out.
All right, so here we go. That time, you could just tell with that swing, he definitely was trying to finish the game with 1 swing of the bats.
If I was Lions, I would have looked at that and said, hey, can I get this? Get that last out.
Here's the one strike pitch, gets him with 2. Now it's down to the last strike again. Little outside, can't quite get that call. 1-2.
Just a hair off the strike zone there. It's a tough call to make when this part of the game.
Trying to give it that Mike McGeary special there. This one will be popped up, and that's going to be bobbled.
My goodness.
No play anywhere.
Looks like it was lost in the sun. It was hit so high in the air that they lost it in the sun there.
So the very first pitch to Troy Roop ends up being a wild pitch. Now the tying run is just 90 feet away, and the go-ahead run in scoring position in second. This is Jace Gustafson that is on the mound here for Santa Cruz. There's Elliott Smith, who is on the mound. So Elliott Smith is actually on the mound. It was only a few innings ago where we saw this game and almost about to end early by a run. That's going to miss upstairs, 2-1. Hitter's count, here comes a 2-1. That catches the lower half of the zone, 2-2. And again, down to the last strike. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. That's going to end it. And Santa Cruz almost blowing a double-figure lead, and you could put a W on the board.
This game was a little too close for comfort there.
just goes to show when you're up 10-1, the game is not over, folks. You just keep playing.
Definitely have to keep playing in that one. And with Santa Cruz just coming up with the victory, they'll go on to the win column, winner's side of the bracket. And Elma Washington will head over to the loser's bracket, and they will play the winner of Kauai versus Long Beach Hartwell. Well, that's going to do it from us here from Walmorado Park in West Covina, California. Our producer and color commentator was Mike McGeary. I'm Alex Naveja saying thank you so much for tuning in to this one. Coming up next will be the 4 o'clock game, Kauai versus Long Beach Hartwell. Have a good one, everybody.